There's so many factors, right? You have the internal and the external, and the foods that we eat are a huge part of our skincare, right? If you put junk in, it's gonna come out. It's
Junk
gonna
is
show
gonna come
itself in
out.
one way or the other. Absolutely.
Yep.
But then there's also so many other factors. Like I think people forget how much
Hmm.
stress affects your skin, right? Stress acne is a real thing. Influxes in your hormones, right? Your cortisol levels, all these different things.
Right.
And if not treated or not addressed, I mean, your skin will always communicate with you. That is the one thing that I always say. It's just if we're
Facts.
listening, right? Our skin is always talking. Are you
Right.
Hmm.
listening? And there's so many things to
Yeah.
look out for. So if you're eating certain foods and your skin's reacting a certain way, for some people it may be oily food, for some people it's too much sugar, for
Right.
some people they're not drinking enough water. We have to be very
Hmm.
intentional. And I think that's a place where sometimes we lack because we're busy. We have a lot going on. We're not
Right.
sitting or
Mm-hmm.
putting too much
Mm-hmm.
thought into the things that we're consuming. But when I know when I get a breakout, I'm like, oh baby, what's going on?
Something's going on.
Right,
Right,
something's up.
right. You start to
Something's up.
Yes.
evaluate. You
The
evaluate like,
same,
wait a
right.
minute, what's triggered this? Because I think you mentioned some great things about like, oh, for some people it's oily foods, for some others it's, a different kind of type of food. And that's the point, is that it is different for everyone, right? Like
Yeah.
everyone's reaction to a type of food is going to be different than, the next person.
Yeah. And it just
Exactly.
reminds
Even
me
for me.
too.
Okay.
Yeah. No, no, I'm sorry. I was just going to say that it reminded me of, when my daughter was around 2 years old, and probably earlier than that, because she was experiencing a lot of skin issues and we were just lathering her up with all sorts of things, and we couldn't figure out what was going on with her. And of course it was due to food allergies. A lot of it, a big piece of it was due to food
Hmm.
allergies. So everything that I was feeding her literally was affecting her, and it was manifesting into eczema and other skin issues that she was having, that
Hmm.
we had to
Wow.
then have to scale back and like, okay, we had to remove all the different types of foods that she was eating, and then um and then change the type of products that she was using. And I ended up having to do a lot of the stuff myself, because even the products that were out there was affecting her. Like, it was just creating the problem, making the problem even worse. So it's interesting that you did, share that